Hello and welcome to quick lesson 10. We've been looking at how we could enhance our chords, and last week we started with the basic finger lift, and we looked at the C and the G7 chord with a single finger lift using the song Jambalaya as our basis. The fundamental thing is when we're doing fairly simple songs, i.e. two chord songs, then we need to add some interest to the to our playing. And we can do that by just a very simple technique of finger lifting. So we've looked at C and we looked at G7 one finger lift. Now we're going to continue with the G7 and do our first finger lift. Last week we did second finger lift. Right. This week we're going to do first finger lift on a G7. So that's going to go slowly, something like this. A count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we need to get that, train our fingers to just be lifting more or less without having to think about it. As you can probably see, it's quite difficult to do if you intrinsically do it as a natural thing. But you do have to actually just sort of practice relentlessly, sort of practice training your finger to to lift within the 4 beats of the bar. That's the thing we've got to remember all the time. So we've currently got our C lift. And to the G7. Okay, but now last week we had the second finger lift. So we can actually add those two together now within our G7, and we can bounce between the two, something like this. And hopefully you start to hear an interesting sound in between. It's just very quick, very subtle, quick change. So it's not holding anything down for any prolonged period of time, and that creates that interesting sound. So if we put those two things together, right, then we get from the C to the G7, and we've got alternating between the first finger lift, second finger lift. It's entirely up to you how you do it. They're all going to sound valid, within the sound because we're playing a G7 chord initially, and with this finger, then we're actually making it into an E minor 7. But we're doing that ever so quickly, so it's not held for a long period of time. All right. So on my count of 4, let's see if we can go from C to the G7 and varying your fingers between the 1 and the 2 fingers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Change. And change. All right, okay, that's a fairly sort of gentle pace, and that's how I would recommend learning to do it. It's within the context of the song, so once you're ready, and then you can bounce between those two chords within Jambalaya. Okay, that's the aim for us. It won't sound particularly great until you actually get it up to the speed of the song. But that's relatively easy to do once you've got those bounces going. Now you're probably well on the way anyway, because you did the C and the G7 with this lift. So now it's just incorporating that one in as well. Okay, so do it at the pace of the song, right? So within the context of the song, and then you'll be able to play along at roughly the speed of the song. All right, so let's go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so have a go at that. See if you can get those 2 finger lifts on the G7 in and the C within the context of playing jambalaya. All right, and I will see you next week, where we'll move on to some other variations of how to enhance our chords. Many thanks.